Well, I'm Maddie Cross, and of course, you can find me right here on OnlyFans, all the place on OnlyFans, and I'm also on Twitter at MCTPLX1, and then I'm also on StreamMate. I cam on StreamMate, and that's Maddie_Cross.cammodels.com.
Awesome.
Those are.
Have you always streamed, or did you add that later?
I have actually been a cam girl since 2007.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's like a record, I think.
I think so.
I think most of them only last maybe 5 years, something like that.
That's great. What's a fun fact about you that maybe most people don't know?
That I think that I have a goofy sense of humor. I'm a practical joker. I like playing with people and messing with things and
Pranks?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's awesome. Me too. I love scaring people. It's one of my favorite things.
Yes.
We love pets here at Blush and heard that you might have a couple. Can you tell us about them?
I might have a couple. I've got 21 horses on my property. 8 belong to my husband and I personally, and the remainder are boarders. But I treat them like they're all my own. They're just giant puppy dogs that can kill you. But they're all very affectionate, love attention. I've got 4 barn cats. And then I also have 4 basset hounds and a yellow lab.
Oh my gosh. You have a zoo.
I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, the only thing I'm missing is maybe a couple of goats and maybe a miniature horse. That's about the only thing I'm missing out there.
Yeah. Well, you can work on those then.
Yeah, they're on my list.
Do you ride the horses?
Yes.
Like what? Yeah.
Yes. We've got 80 acres of riding trails.
Oh, you're so lucky.
We'll grab a group together and go out riding and just go out and have fun.
Wow.
It's nice.
That sounds beautiful. That sounds wonderful. Do you have a current or a past passion project that you just really loved and you want to tell the audience about?
I actually do have something that I'm starting up this year. It's non-industry related, and what it is, I'm starting a nonprofit that I'm going to start doing equine therapy for veterans and first responders in the Grand Forks area.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's awesome.
So I'm going through my equine therapy classes now so that I can get out there and work with people.
Oh, that's absolutely fabulous.
Something I've always wanted to do because I've always been a huge military supporter. Growing up in the South, especially in Pensacola, 3 Air Force, 3 Navy bases. So I've always been a big military supporter. So this is my way to give back to the community.
Oh, heck yeah, it's so needed.
Yes.
Oh, that's just wonderful. How do you maintain a work-life balance?
Oh, that's a juggling act.
Yeah.
Boy, big time. It's kind of one of those things of I set my adult industry side of my work early in the morning so that I can spend the rest of the day taking care of the barn and the horses.
Oh wow,
So
it seems like it would be opposite, like you would do the barns and the horses early in the morning.
Well, what I do is I cam from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning so that I get the East Coasters.
Oh, yeah.
And then that frees me up the rest of the day to be able to, if I have to shoot any custom videos or any pictures, I can do those before noon. But before I get started in the morning, first thing I do is go out and check on the horses before I start camming. I go out and check on them, do a head count, top off their water tanks. And then I come in and I do my cam work and adult stuff. And then usually after about 12 o'clock, that's when I go out and I start spending my time out in the barn.
That's awesome.
It sounds like a great balance, actually.
It is,
Yeah.
I get daily therapy.
Yeah.
So it works out great, with all the horses being as affectionate as they are. It's nice. I can just go out and I can walk around in the paddock and they're like, just pet me, love on me. That's all I want.
Oh, I picture it. How sweet.
I have a question, and it could be the last question. Like, after seeing the dodo, I think is what it's called. It's some sort of feed or something, a website that has all these animals that show, you know, their personalities and all that. Like, what are some different personalities of your horses that like stand out for you? Like, what can you?
Well, I mean, you know, it's like I've got my little guy. I've got a little Palomino that he's like a toddler. He follows me everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. He doesn't know a stranger. Anybody goes, and he loves littles. He loves little people. So anytime kids come out, he's like, pet me, you know. And then of course we've got an Appaloosa that is our herd boss. Okay. And he's one of those, he's not aggressive or anything like that, but if you walk out into that paddock carrying a lead rope and a halter and walk in his direction, he's like, we're not doing this. And he goes the other direction. But if you go out there free-handed with nothing in your hands, he's like right there. Like, okay, now you can love on me.
They're so smart.
Yeah, they are. They're very smart, you know. And I don't know how many people know this or not, but a horse can feel your heartbeat from 4 feet away.
Oh.
Wow.
So they can feel your energy. So if you're nervous or you're anxious, anything like that, they feel it. Yeah. So it's like, that's why they're the perfect therapy animal.
I want to come visit you. I want to play with the horses.
Come on up.
One last question, because we have not talked about food, and that's my favorite thing. Okay, so salty or sweet for a late night snack for you?
Sweet.
Sweet. And what would be your go-to?
Cookies, if I have them in the house. I try not to keep them in, but you know how that goes.
Sometimes they get in the kitchen. It's weird.
Yes.
And what is your favorite meal? It could be from a restaurant, homemade, whatever.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We have a fire pit on the property, and I have to say my absolute favorite is a ribeye cooked over the open fire. That the flame burnt fat on those ribeyes.
You're speaking Stacey's
I'm
language.
I'm drooling. I really am drooling.
It makes the steak. I mean, absolutely awesome.
Okay. Right there. But yeah, I'm coming to visit. I'm inviting myself. Awesome.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Well, thank you for interviewing with Blush TV. We appreciate your time, and it was so fun talking to you.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you.